But I could see him out there playing ball, and he was the best player there was. You know, he was zooming in and out, and he was making those points, and he was making the last buzzer, the buzzer beater. And I was thinking just how grateful I was, and my mind began working. Whereas before that, it was stuck into that old paradigm. I mean, we have those paradigms. Then I was thinking about relationship. Having someone that care about me, and I know that, and that I care about them. And I'm thinking just how thankful I am for that. And that any moment that I spend away from any of those things that make me feel good is a wasted moment for me. And it's all my choice in the way that I choose to use my mind. Now, I use I because I know that when I speak, that we are really one. That some of you may have had paradigms like that have jumped up in your life. It may not have been an anger paradigm. It may have been a paradigm of what? Anything. I won't say anything negative up here, because I don't even want to plant that seed. But a paradigm that doesn't work, a paradigm that tell us that we are less than the very essence of the divine spirit that we are. Ernest Holmes, in a meditation that he wrote, and I would highly suggest that you pull your Science of Mind textbook out and read his meditations in the morning. If you have a morning practice where you are quiet with yourself, try this for a couple of weeks. I just randomly open to the meditations. Meditation for Self-Help. It's in the back portion of the Science of Mind textbook. And this is one that struck me last week. I arise and go forth. I arise and go forth into the dawn of the new day, filled with faith and assurance in all good. I arise. I arise. I sing with joy. I proclaim the one life, in all and through all. I arise. I arise. I shout with gladness that it is within me. I declare this day to be complete, perfect, and eternal. I respond to life. I think Ernest sort of knew what he was talking about. I don't think he sort of knew what he was talking about. Ernest Holmes knew what he was talking about. That it's all within us this morning to make our world and to shape our world the way that we want it to be shaped. And that we have a divine spirit that supports us in every step of the way. All we have to do is make the choice. Make the choice, and in that choice we are safe and secure. We are maintained and sustained in the love and joy of the divine spirit. We are protected and we are blessed. And every thought and every order that's sent into the divine spirit takes form. It takes form. This I want you to know. Whatever we state in prayer takes form. I know this. Why? Because I'm a highly advanced, enlightened being. I say this in jest tape. But I'm growing. I'm growing every moment. But this I know. I know that sometimes that we get a little frustrated. We say, I speak my word and I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Well, subconsciously, you're not ready for it. Subconsciously, you are not ready to accept it. Because really, it's sitting there in shining repose, waiting for me to come true. This has happened all the days of my life that I've seen. Whenever I've attained something, it's been waiting for me all the time. And I think if I had put aside that old nonsense, it would have demonstrated in my life already. I would have had it already. Did that ever happen to you? That something came clear to you, or you had an aha, or something came into your life, and you realize that you had to get out of the way. You had to get out of the way. Sometimes, guess what? Because of old paradigms, because of stuckness, because of that, what comes into my life, and I'm using universal my, you got me here, right? You're traveling with me, is the images of old paradigms. I say, I'm a billionaire. And old paradigms say, yeah, right. I say, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? And the mirror says, Snow White, and don't you forget it. You see? And I'm waiting for the fairest, and guess what? Yeah, that's right. She shows up, but I'm not. But when I realize and release the old paradigms, when I allow myself to be ready, and I take it by the horns, what happens to me is I realize it's been there all the time. That I've been there all the time. I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy. Here's another example for me. I want to be healthy, and yet I was carrying around too much weight for me. And I knew that. I was sluggish. I knew that. And every time I would know that, I would run for another piece of cheesecake. I'm telling you about myself. It's my old paradigm. I would run for another quart of Haagen-Dazs, a whole quart. And that paradigm is so strong that I'm driving by Kentucky Fried Chicken, and it jumps up and grabs the steering wheel of my car, and I got a 5-piece or some hot wings. Now that's what it does, yeah. And I know that I'm a mighty moving power of God, I'm saying, in my world, and it says, you what? You what? But see, I'm working on it, you know. I'm working with it. I'm releasing it. I released so much. I remember when I first came here, I took first year about a dozen years or more with Dr. J. Every fall we'd start classes, I'm sitting in class. And I'm thinking, wow, here's an old paradigm.